Hello everyone, my name is Akai Fox and this is another art video. In today's video, I'm working on a series of kitchen labels for some different ingredients that may not be as common in most kitchens. This request is done by someone who uses a lot of alternative and does stick to a more keto-friendly diet, hence having things like almond flour, coconut flour, and xanthan gum, which will be the stars of our show as we move on through this series. We're starting today with almond flour. Now, originally, when I went about creating the draft, or the sketch as it were, for this particular design, I went about it in the way that I thought it should go. I didn't pay as close of attention to the specifics in the request, and you'll see that here soon I will change it from being the long, skinny rectangle to actually being more of a square. I also had designed this thinking that, just carrying a bunch of almonds would be enough, and instead the person had asked if they could do like a cooking buddy, or a kitchen buddy. And I did not realize that that meant actually having an almond with arms and legs, or a coconut with arms and legs. So this did go through a few different renditions before we arrived on our final design. And so instead of having the cluster of almonds in its hands, I chose to redraw that with a sack of flour and to have our cute little almond buddy. They did say that they were quite inspired, or ruined, by the old California raisins. If you guys know anything from that reference, I actually had quite a few of my grandparents really enjoy the California Raisins music and music videos, so I was familiar with that actually. So we settled on making an almond flower on the design, and quite literally it meant that it is a flower with almonds as the petals, and we will see that a little bit later. We also both agreed that having some sort of running theme throughout all of this would make sure that there's some consistency in the kitchen. And so each of our characters will have a cute little kitchen apron with the rainbow paw on them, and they'll all have my particular fox design. Akai herself here has some specific markings. If you've seen some of my other designs with her, she has the 3 dots on her thighs, the diamonds on her cheeks, and a really thick, chunky black line on her tail with brown tips on her ears, and paws. So overall, we're adding a bunch of the different specifics and particulars to make sure that this is something that you can tell at a glance that this is for an almond. She wanted to make sure that it was easy to tell between this one's a coconut flower, this one's an almond flower, and with xanthan gum, with it being a very sticky substance, we ended up going with something more taffy and less of the things. But anyway, so I ended up going with we are handling some almond flour. We're getting very messy because I don't know if you guys are like this, but I swear anytime I use flour in the kitchen, it gets everywhere. So I wanted to incorporate that in her kitchen request. And here I am just adding some final touches, some textures into the burlap bag, and that's how it turned out. Overall, very pleased, but it does go to show sometimes the design changes in the process. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have an amazing weekend. Bye.